Tap that link.
I got a present for you. A nice present for you. One, two. I'm gonna kill you.
Okay, big fan Breezy. What's going on, man?
Yeah. Well, first and foremost, shout to you. I've been a fan since I found your show. I subscribed the same day. Um,
Appreciate that.
I got nothing but smoke for y'all. Y'all wanted Kyrie Irving and got Pat Bev. Man, talk to me nice. Talk to me nice, man.
Listen.
Well,
Y'all don't
fucking
even
stuff.
y'all don't even want y'all don't even want Kyrie. So what are you talking about?
We want Kyrie. We was just not. Listen, Brooklyn Nets, they stood on what they were supposed to. We gave stipulations in that contract for Kyrie, and he ain't take it. So we give him no new contract. You know what I'm saying? It's that simple. We not going to just let him do
So
whatever.
so basically,
And that's
like I said earlier, is that the Brooklyn Nets are like a toxic boyfriend that doesn't want to let his girlfriend go, but he knows he ain't gonna do right.
what?
Listen to the analogy, right?
Nah.
The Brooklyn Nets are like the
Okay, go
toxic. They're like the toxic boyfriend that doesn't want to let his girl go, even though he knows he's not gonna do right. So y'all don't want to let Kyrie walk to the Lakers or to another team, but y'all don't want to give him a contract extension. Make it make sense, sir. Huh?
This year is the blow. This year is the redemption season. This is where we prove everything we need to prove. I feel like at the end of the day, Kyrie got something to prove. He can't just come here with his credentials from Cleveland. KD can't just come here with his credentials from Golden State and OKC and think that's enough for. I mean, the fans to care about whether or not we win. The expectations before they got here was just happy to be a playoff team. And when they're here now and we're just happy to be a playoff team, I feel the hunger and the morale of KD staying. And like I said prior when I was here about Brian Keefe, he didn't just go up there and say fire Steve Nash and Sean Marks. He came up there with a game plan, and Brian Keefe was that game plan. Case in point is he is the assistant coach for the Brooklyn Nets and will be the shadow coach, and why we would be a better basketball team, especially on November 13th where we smoke the Laker boots. Y'all easy work. I mean, y'all got Pat Bev and Westbrook as your backcourt. Y'all can't score no points. Nothing. Y'all gonna average 72 points a game, man.
Okay. Big fan Breezy, right? You're a very funny guy. Now, you want to talk about the Lakers? Listen, I got time today. Okay, let's talk about your team, right? And let's start at the top, right?
Okay.
And let's
Shall
start
we?
with Kevin Durant. When are you going to acknowledge that Kevin Durant just isn't that dude? Huh?
That dude as in what? Like
As
how?
in he
What do
can't
you
lead
mean
a
that dude?
team.
Like,
As in he can't lead a team to a championship. When are you going to just finally acknowledge that?
I think that Kevin Durant was wrong. I'll get credit you this. I think Kevin Durant was wrong for saying that we don't need a coach, and him and Kyrie saying that we don't need a coach is something responsible to say for a superstar. All superstars that won championships are cool with their coach, whether it be Jordan and Phil Jackson. So I give you that. I'm not gonna pull up and cap on the locker room. I mean, I'm a fan of the show. I watch it like when you pull up. You know what I'm saying? So,
Big fan
I'm not
Breezy.
gonna
Big
come
fan
here and
Breezy.
cap.
Big fan Breezy. Can you answer the question? When are you going to acknowledge that Kevin Durant cannot lead a team to a championship? He's been in Brooklyn. He's been in Brooklyn going on 4 years now, sir, and he's been out
Yeah.
this. He hasn't been past the second round. Hasn't even made it to an Eastern Conference Finals.
Right.
So what are we talking about
But it's
here?
the same.
Huh?
But in a nutshell, it's the same argument you got about AD getting hurt versus Phoenix.
Y'all. Hold on, Big
Look,
fan Breezy.
Kyrie got hurt, and that's why we ain't went versus Milwaukee. And then the next, and Joe Harris got cold or couldn't make a shot or whatever. And I'm saying that to say that's the same thing you said about AD and Phoenix. If y'all would have had him healthy, y'all would have won. And I'm saying the same thing about Kyrie and Milwaukee. So again, you should shy away about talking to Big Fan Breezy Spicy because the fact is, KD had 21-9. And until the injury, he was playing great. And he did that with the rookies. James Johnson and other ancillary pieces that you like to say. You know what I mean? Like, case in point is, bro, KD is that guy, but he cannot do it without a coach. I don't care how good a superstar is, they cannot do it without a coach, a good coach. So I said that to say, I know y'all got Darvin Ham, y'all got high expectations, but I don't see how y'all score more than 77 points a game if y'all got Pat Bev and Westbrook. And
Once again, right? Big fan Breezy. He swear he's slick, y'all. Chad, why does this man think he's slick? Every time I ask him a question, he reverts back to comparing the Nets to the Lakers. Why y'all are just listen? Like I told y'all, Chad, the Nets are the East Coast version of the Clippers.
Nah,
They're the East Coast version of the Clippers. Every time I ask a question about the Nets or the Clippers, they always want to revert back to the Lakers. Talk about your squad. Talk about Kevin Durant not making it out of the second round in almost 4 years he's been a Net. Talk about the fact that Kevin Durant was the only team, him and the Nets were the only team to get swept out of the playoffs this past season. Why won't you talk about that?
I mean, we could discuss it, but those are things that I discuss with other Nets fans that understand my pain. You don't care. You just want to hear the pain of a Nets fan. But the truth is, we figured it out, and we understand why and what happened. And that being said, I feel like Nash, his obligation to winning should be more. And this is what the whole fire Sean Marks and Steve Nash thing come from. They weren't on the same page in the playoffs. So we could start there with the sweep. They weren't on the same page. They wasn't communicating. You got KD with an attitude like we don't need a coach. You got Steve Nash just willy-nilly, just letting whatever happen, however. And I said that to say specifically what I'm discussing is the in-game adjustments that Ime Udoka did and the adjustments that Nash didn't do. So that's why we got swept. With Bruce Brown scoring more than KD and Kyrie in a playoff game, that is the credit to Ime Udoka, not Steve Nash or Bruce Brown. Case in point is when it comes down to winning basketball, the superstar needs to be in sync with the coach. If not, we lose games, period. So I hope I answered your question because I'm not trying to deviate. You know what I'm saying?
So okay. So that was last season. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to this. Now he's a Nets fan. He just listed all the problems that they had last season. What about the summer, right? When Kevin Durant said he wanted to trade, and guess what? Joe Tsai, the owner, said no, absolutely not, and made Kevin Durant return back to Brooklyn. So now you think a disgruntled Kevin Durant is going to come and help the Brooklyn Nets win a championship when he just requested a trade 2 months ago?
Yeah, and I think where they agreed that was, I think where they agreed that was Brian Keefe. Brian Keefe is, this is my theory. You ain't gonna hear no other Net fan with this take. I'm the one who did the homework and found out that who he was in a relationship he has with Kevin Durant, and his resume speaks to the credentials of a new head coach, somebody that deserved the job. If you look at Darvin Ham's credentials and you look at Brian Keefe's credentials, you can see that he's in that same realm of deserving of a head coach position. And I'm only saying that to say Steve Nash didn't. And the significance of Kevin Durant being disgruntled and coming back, it only makes sense because of my theory, in my opinion, is Brian Keefe. That relationship that he has with him, even if he doesn't have it with Nash, he will be working closely with a Brian Keefe for the player development of the second year guys, Kessler Edwards, Day'Ron Sharpe, Cam Thomas, and DDJ. And we got Alondes Williams, which is an undrafted guy, and Donovan Williams, just gave him a contract. Like, we got talent on our team, and they do need coaching for us to be a better team. And the reason why, as a fan, I'm confident is because of Brian Keefe. My theory, I could be wrong, but case in point is without KD getting hurt, we were 21-9 after 30 games. After 10 games, every week, every 10 games, we were 7-3. Every 10 games, I watched it. So I'm saying I seen Kevin Durant win games without Kyrie Irving. I seen it. So now that Kyrie Irving and Ben Simmons is going to be here as a fan, I ain't got no worries. French Montana voice, man. Lil Wayne voice, man. Since you want to play Lil Wayne and what he said, like, I ain't got no worries, like Lil Wayne said, man. So especially 11-13. We finna get y'all out of work. We gonna smoke y'all boots. Y'all got Pat Bev and Westbrook back there, bro. I anticipate the day we play y'all, man. For real. Okay. Shall I continue? When it come down to Westbrook, you talk about a disgruntled player. He's disgruntled. Y'all asked for Kyrie Irving and got Pat Bev. How y'all scary?
Ladies and
Y'all
gentlemen, ladies and
who's
gentlemen,
with Pat Bev?
ladies and gentlemen, imagine the start of the Brooklyn Nets training camp this season, and Kevin Durant walking into the building and making eye contact with Steve Nash and Sean Marks. Imagine the awkwardness when you just told Josiah, the owner, that it was either them or me, and he chose them over you. Imagine how awkward this is going to be. And Big Fan Breezy really thinks that this team is going to go win a championship. Man, come on, that's laughable, bro. That's laughable.
Yeah, a Laker fan would say that, but truth is you got to realize.
Listen, it got nothing to do with me being a Lakers fan. It has nothing to do with me being a Lakers fan.
All right, but listen, KD was embarrassed, and of course, there's going to be tension so thick you could cut a knife through it. I ain't even going to disagree with that. But at the end of the day, somebody had to say something to Steve Nash because Sean Marks didn't and Joe Tsai didn't, and he deserved a lot of the blame for why we got that sweep.
Who hired Steve Nash, though?
Joe Tsai, they friends. They got business outside of basketball.
Wrong.
Yeah, nah. It was Sean Marks. They got history.
Kevin Durant and Kyrie signed off on Steve Nash becoming the head coach. You know that, and I know that.
They signed off on it. Yeah,
so if Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving did not want Steve Nash, he would not be in Brooklyn. You know that.
To my knowledge, now I'm not going to debate that because they do got a lot to say. So maybe that is true. That's more than likely true. But as far as I heard, Tyronn Lue was a pick that Kevin Durant wanted, and Kyrie wanted Phil Handy. So there's that. But they got Steve Nash. And the reason why I'm saying as far as on the same page and why I give a lot of blame to Steve Nash, because when KD got injured, I seen what happened. Kyrie came back miraculously. Now Kyrie's there and KD's not there. Okay, whatever. They took minutes from Cam Thomas, Kessler Edwards, and DDJ. They gave when Dragic came, they took the minutes from the rookies. Like he was just giving minutes to his friends. Like, and it went bad. DeAndre Jordan is KD's friend. They gave DeAndre minutes over Jared Allen. It went bad. You know, there was mistakes made by KD, and it was mistakes made by the front office. As fans, we acknowledge it, and we understand that's part of the motivation of us going into next season, knowing that we got something to prove. I mean, what kind of stain on his jacket is a sweep? And like where he had in his career, Kevin Durant, that's a stain on his jacket. He feels some type of way. He's gonna be playing with a chip on his shoulder until we got a chip in Brooklyn, man. I said that. And I'm saying I'm confident that we gonna win, especially 11-13, man. Y'all not in the way. I don't think y'all coming out the West Coast. Y'all are at best 7th, 8th seed. Like y'all not better than that. Y'all not a playoff team.
And what were the Brooklyn Nets? And what were the Brooklyn Nets this past season?
We was the first seed.
Man, come on, listen. Stop playing games, man. What was y'all seed? What was y'all seed?
We were 7th seed going into the playoffs.
So listen, he talking about the Lakers gonna be the 7th seed. Y'all were the 7th seed, and y'all got swept. The only team to get swept, man. So like I said, you talking about I'm delusional, man. You listen, you off your rocker, man.
I'm confident, man.
Yeah, you're confident in Ben Simmons.
Yeah, he got something to prove too. I hear all that slick shit you saying, and all of these other fans be saying about Ben Simmons. He hear all of that in the press, watching Twitter.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Big Fan Breezy. Who would you rather have, James Harden or Ben Simmons on your team?
Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons. Yo, in my opinion, this is a theory, right? And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna go through it fast. I'm gonna land this plane, right? James Harden messed up our team since when he got there, and when he was there, I feel like he didn't put a lot of effort in winning because he was going to a rival team. So he didn't want to see us in the playoffs. So he was part of that losing streak. Allegedly, I'm right about what I'm saying, and he helped with the losses because he was going to a rival team. I'm not saying that's true. I'm just saying it seemed like a real coincidence or whatever. But my point is, he gonna get that work too. He ain't safe. That's why he took less money, because he know he not that guy. KD is more that guy than James Harden is that guy. James Harden, we never wanted him on the team. Everybody was jacking. I was just supporting him because when he got to the team, the decision was made. Other than that, I ain't never want to trade him for Jared Allen.
Let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this question. What improvements do you
Go
see
ahead.
Ben Simmons making from the Sixers to the Nets?
I think he, I think we lucky that Seth Curry came and he got some type of comfort playing with a teammate that was on Philly with him. This is his first trade of his career, so that's a good transition for him. Patty Mills been really supportive. You know, they got an Australian connection or whatever, and I think Kyrie does too. So you know that kind of camaraderie could build on and off the floor. I think it benefit him there specifically because he didn't have a camaraderie type of relationship with an Embiid. And I could see the morale, to answer your question, the morale will be better playing with the Brooklyn Nets for Ben Simmons. And yeah, I think he gets turn a new leaf here.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you again. What improvements is Ben Simmons gonna make from the Sixers to the Brooklyn Nets?
Okay. Last season, to be specific, last season we were ranked 20th in defense, and that was because we couldn't guard the 3-point line. Most of the highlights that I've seen with Ben Simmons, he plays great perimeter defense. If we put Ben Simmons on a perimeter on defense, he's going to help us there. And defenses is going to try to attack the paint, but with Ben Simmons playing the perimeter, it's going to be hard to get to the paint. And that's another thing people are not saying. They're like, oh, you know, we need help in the paint, which is true. But you know how hard it is to get to the paint if Ben Simmons play at the old as what he did before the injury. If he's playing at that level, it's going to be hard to get to the paint. And then you got Nick Claxton, Durant to deal with if you do get to the paint. Now, I'm not saying they're the best defenders, you know, paint wise, but with switching and the defensive scheme that I think Brian Keefe is going to bring because he's going to be the iron fist and the velvet glove. I said that. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be the iron fist and the velvet glove. He's got a lot of say what's going on. He's either going to be working very close with Nash or he is going to be the shadow coach. And I'm saying that to say he was the defense coordinator on OKC. So with Royce O'Neal, Ben Simmons, and Nick Claxton, the Ben Simmons improvement is us going from a 20th ranked defense to a top 10 defense. And I said,
sir, respectfully, you're not answering the question. I
We're
didn't
gonna be a better
I didn't
defensive
ask
team.
you I didn't ask you how is Ben Simmons going to improve your team. I'm asking you
okay.
what improvement is Ben Simmons going to make from the Sixers to the Nets? Because I'm of the mindset that it's going to be no improvement. He's going to be the exact same player for Philly that he's going to be with y'all. He's not going to come in and shoot. He's going to be the exact same player. So if it couldn't work with him and Joel Embiid, what gives you confidence that it can work with him and Kyrie and Kevin Durant? I'm curious to know.
The fact that we could play Ben Simmons at full instead of point. Now, because he's not a threat from three, let's call it what it is, right? Spade to spade, right? He's not going to be a threat from three. If he could be in that space from 18 feet to the basket, maybe that'll work better if we put him at the power forward opposed to put him at the point guard. And I think that could be the main difference on how he's better as an offensive threat, playing the four opposed to playing the point guard. That type of handle, fours can't guard that. Maybe a point guard could get under that and steal that, make it difficult for him like Boston did with KD or whatever. But nah, if he's playing the four, I'm not answering your question. If he plays the four, he plays the power forward, the fours in the league cannot guard Ben Simmons. That's how I feel. That's why he's going to be better as a Brooklyn Nets than he was as a Sixer.
Listen, I'm here to tell you right now, big fan Breezy with the Brooklyn Nets. Listen, the Brooklyn Nets, like I said, y'all are the East Coast version of the Clippers, man. All I hear is hoopla, hoopla, hoopla every year, and y'all never do anything. Y'all are like NFTs, man. All this hype, and it's like it just fizzles out. It's not worth anything. You're an NFT.
Yo, I hear that, man. That N must stand for nice. That F must stand for fantastic. And that T must stand for team. You know what I'm saying? We're a nice, fantastic team. You know what I'm saying? Because when it comes to the Brooklyn Nets in the anticipation, us have something to prove, that means we got more morale over a lot of other teams that may just be in it for the dollar. Let's call it what it is. You know, some players just playing to get paid and get that check. Case in point is there's more morale. There's a stain on Kevin Durant jacket, a sweep. Looking at his jacket, like, what's this sweep doing on my jacket? He got to get this sweep off his jacket. That's the edge that we have. The Brooklyn Nets have is Kevin Durant playing with that passion.
Ladies and gentlemen, listen to this man. Now, I'm about to break this. I'm about to break this down for you. Why the Brooklyn Nets are they're a failure before we even start the season. I'm gonna break it down for you guys, and it starts with Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant just requested a trade, and he didn't even get his trade request granted. So I already know he's coming into the season pissed off. Then you got Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving didn't get a contract extension, so I know he's pissed off. And then you've got Ben Simmons, the player that the last time we saw him through the series against the Atlanta Hawks wouldn't shoot. And this man believes that the Brooklyn Nets are going to win not just the championship. They're going to win the Eastern Conference and the champion. Come on, man. Stop it.
Yo,
like I said, bro.
I feel you, man.
Y'all are one of the most dysfunctional franchises in the NBA. Period. Y'all are dysfunctional.
I hear you, man. I hear that. I'm just saying, y'all asked for Kyrie and got Pat Bev. You know what I'm saying? And Kyrie's still on our team. And I imagine Kyrie drop like 30 on y'all next time we play y'all. Like, you know, he's going to give y'all work. And it's going to be that much better as a fan for me, knowing that after the game, I'm gonna come watch your show. I'm gonna probably vlog on my show.
Once again,
and then I'm gonna watch your show and jump in the comments and talk wild spicy about how Kyrie gave y'all work.
Once again, he's like I said, ladies and gentlemen, the Brooklyn Nets are the East Coast Clippers. Once again, he's gassing up the Brooklyn Nets for the regular season. He's been putting in my chat every time I go live. He puts in the date that we play the Lakers, 11-13. That's his championship. That's his championship. 11-13, November the 13th. That's his championship. Because he already knows, man. This season is a wash for the Brooklyn Nets, bro. It's a wash.
So
man.
you see because the last season you feel that way. You feel. What do you predict for the Nets? You think we won through what?
Listen, I see y'all being a playing team, just like last season. Y'all are a playing team. Y'all are a playing team. Because guess what? Because guess what? Kyrie Irving. The one thing you don't want to acknowledge about Kyrie Irving is guess what? He can't stay healthy. Huh?
I seen KD win without Kyrie Irving.
What did he win?
Bro,
what did he win?
Win nothing.
You said what?
We ain't win nothing. But games.
Exactly.
We won games.
Exactly. Regular season games that don't count. You haven't won nothing.
After 30 games without AD, what was y'all record?
We have a championship. Huh?
Oh my God. Yo.
When y'all win a championship, then you can compare the Nets to the Lakers. Until then, it's not a comparison. Kyrie Irving can't stay healthy. Kevin Durant is not a leader. He can't lead a team. He hasn't won anything without the services of the Splash Brothers. That's a fact. And on top of that, you got Ben Simmons, who can't even shoot. Can't even make a 3-point jump shot. And you telling me this is gonna be the team that's gonna win the championship? Man, stop it, man. But like I said,
I'm saying KD could play without Kyrie. Braun can't play without AD.
Okay.
Trouble in paradise. I'm telling you, 11-13, we coming over there like, we giving y'all work. We gonna smoke y'all boots. We gonna smoke y'all boots on 11-13, and that's not our championship. That's the job not done. Shout out to Kobe Bryant, man. The job not done after 11-13. We still got work to do after that, man. Y'all just, I'm saying, part of the wins we gonna get. Know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Y'all gonna take all the L's. By 11-13, y'all probably take 4 L's, man. I think y'all be a 500 ball club. Time we see y'all in 11-13. Y'all lucky if y'all a 500 ball club. Now I'm saying, but on 11-13, I see us. We should be optimistic as fans, because honestly, we a better team than the Lakers. Like, y'all a playing team. We definitely a playoff team. Yo, man. Yo, if we could stay healthy, y'all gotta stay healthy. Y'all got Nunn. He coming back from an injury. Bryant, he coming back from an injury. Who else? Was Westbrook injured? No. Pat, you said best ability is availability. You trying to get you trying to get Westbrook out out of here. Every time I watch it, and you know I watch a lot. I watch damn near every day or every day. Like, bro, you do not want Westbrook on your team talking that best ability is availability. You don't want him to be available for the Lakers, man. You do not want him on your team. He's washed. And I remember on another thing I was streaming, you was saying how you rather Westbrook than Ben Simmons. You ain't talking that heavy shit now. Yeah, you want Westbrook off your team. You'll take anybody.